And I don't know that there's been a time since then that most employment attorneys have thought the Department of Labor has gotten much attention at the statewide level. What can you do, or what would you like to try to do to change that as Commissioner of Labor?
Well, for starters, actually being actively engaged on Jones Street. And, I have been actively engaged on Jones Street, whether it's been inside of the building or whether it's yelling at it from the outside. I think being proactive about sharing best practices, about sharing information about laws that are working well in other states, maybe things that aren't working well in other states. I have seen a lack of just being proactive about workers' rights out of this current Department of Labor. And I think it's absolutely critical to have a presence at the General Assembly, to have relationships at the General Assembly, where we're actively saying, hey, here are things that we can do to better protect and ensure safe and healthy working environments. And you mentioned Hamlet, but I'll give you an even more recent example. Just a few weeks ago in Canton, North Carolina, 2 workers died in a fire, 2 independent contractors, and that got very little attention, I assume because of the election and all the things going on there. But we should never underscore the fact that there are people right here in North Carolina who go to work and literally do not come home. We have got to have someone who is willing to use their voice to elevate the concerns of workers and working families. And I haven't seen that voice. In fact, I've more or less seen the opposite of that voice. And a recent example of that is Governor Cooper's executive order, which he had proposed in order to keep farm workers safe. And, our current Commissioner of Labor didn't think that initiative was worthwhile. Regardless of what type of employee you are, or regardless of your immigration status, I consider workers in North Carolina to be my responsibility. And regardless of what industry you work in, you matter or should matter to the Department of Labor.
Right. And